Welcome back, or if you're new here, I am Jess. I am on my second time around coding journey because I realized after having 2 web developer roles in the tech industry that I had a lot of gaps in my self-taught coding journey. So I've completely restarted my code learning journey so that I can get my next role as a web developer or software engineer, because my most recent role is in tech, but it is not one of those roles. I still deal with code a little bit, but not in the capacity that I would like to. So right now, my life requires a ton of studying, and with that, I've really realized just how many distractions I have going on. So I'm on a path to kind of create a situation where I eliminate a lot of those distractions while also finding the balance in what I do still need to get work done. And my biggest distraction is, you guessed it, my phone. I know we've been seeing a lot of videos here lately on YouTube where people are getting these dumb phones or kind of taking their smartphones that they already have and dumbing them down, making them not as smart as they should be. And it really inspired me to kind of do the same and reevaluate how I had my phone set up to think about the ways that I can eliminate those distractions and really get the best out of my productivity sessions. So today I'll be taking you through a quick walkthrough of what's on my iPhone and how I've been using it to create better productivity and a peace of mind while getting through my study sessions and work throughout the day. So a little background, I'm the type of person who loves customizing things. So when home screen customizations came out, I think iOS 14, if I'm not mistaken, I was all over it. I was super excited. And this is just a quick example of something that I did for one of my customization layouts. But as you can see, it's not really efficient and effective. I have widgets, but they're kind of hidden behind things. So if I wanted to see like my calendar or anything else important, to-do list, anything else like that, they're hidden behind different things. Yes, it looks amazing. It looks beautiful, but it's not really effective. So I needed a less aesthetic version of my home screen and more of a dashboard type layout where I can see all of my apps at a glance that I know I will use throughout the day, with an exception of a few, which we'll get into at the end of the video. But I wanted a way to just see everything at a glance right when I open my phone. When evaluating the apps that should go, which apps should stay, which apps should be added to the home screen, I thought about things like being a busy mom, being someone who is a content creator, being someone who is getting through a coding bootcamp, and I decided the apps based off of those factors. So with those thoughts in mind, I knew that I needed to be able to text, answer and make calls, answer emails, be able to see my YouTube dashboard so that I can answer comments and see my analytics, be able to see my to-do list and calendars at a glance so I knew for sure what was going on throughout the day. And also there's a few apps that I use very frequently throughout work and study sessions. So with that, let's go ahead and see what's on my iPhone and how I have it set up to get the most productivity out of my day, and also just have things that I need there to kind of keep me going throughout the day. At the end of this video, I'm going to share a couple tips and tricks that I've done to this phone to make it even better. So if you're interested, be sure to stick through to the end. So right at the top, we have the Google Calendar widget, which is really good to see because I want to see any doctor appointments, any games, any practices that are coming up. I can see them right then and there. It'll tell me what's coming up tomorrow, or at least 2 days out sometimes. And so as you can see, we have the first day of school coming up tomorrow, which is really big and important. So I love that being right there front and center. Next to that, I have the Bible app. I love to set my day off with intentions. So I love to see the verse of the day whenever I open my phone. It's just a good feeling to like get into the word and pray and talk to God before you set up your day. At least for me, that's something that's really important for me. And then right underneath that, we have the Tweak app. I love this app. I have been using it for I think 3 weeks now. I know I just did a video where I was talking about my planning systems and different things that I've tried this year. And this is something that I found kind of like right after I filmed that video. And I've been using it and I love how minimal it is. I love the fact that I can see it right when I open my phone. So it has this widget here. I can see what's going on in my day, what I need to get done today. So for instance, film this sit down YouTube video. As you can see, I have that in yellow. Usually I put my content creation or work related items in yellow. You can see at the bottom where it says Halo's Bath, that's my dog. I have it in red. So I like to put things that have a specific due date and time. So any doctor appointments, anything that has an actual time, and things that I know that I want to get done today that I don't want to push off to another day in red. And then in the middle, you see where it says see venue with mom. Usually if it's not highlighted, it's something that I don't mind kind of moving around, or if it doesn't happen, it's okay. We can kind of do it another day. So I've really been loving this app. I can do a detailed video on this app if you guys want, because I love productivity. I love, different planning systems and just figuring out what can work for different people. I wanted something that was super minimal. I just want to put in my to-do list and go. And what I found, I know when I was doing that last video, like I said, I was talking about using the Hobonichi Weeks, which is a paper planner. The problem with that is I'm still finding that I'm not referencing it as much throughout the day. Whereas with this app, I can see it on my phone. I can download it to my iPad. It's an app that you can download on your desktop, but I don't really like the desktop version. So I have just a tab open at all times on my browser. I'm always going to be using my computer. So I see the app there on my browser tabs, and I'm able to go in and see my to-do list more frequently. I check it so frequently, and I feel like this is the first time that I've really done that. So I can see it multiple places, and it gives me more opportunities to just make sure I'm on task with things. Moving on to the bottom two rows here, I have the Notes app, which I use for quick notes and quick thoughts and just brainstorming. I also like to keep any notes when I go to the doctor appointments for my children, just so I can like update their family. We like to talk about how tall they're getting and how much they weigh and things like that, just how big they're getting because it's going too fast. But I will also sometimes have YouTube video ideas or short form ideas that I'm not ready to like sit down and like fully plan in Notion. So I'll put them in a draft kind of brainstorming note in the Notes app and then transfer them later. So Notes is something I use pretty much every day. I've also been using Notes for grocery lists, and I'm kind of trying to figure out a different system for grocery lists, but we'll do that later. That's not really important right now, but I just find that I accumulate way too many lists just for groceries, but it's something else that I use it for. Then we have Safari, which is obvious reasons we need the internet for Googling, things like that. Next, we have Maps because I have the worst sense of direction. I can go somewhere multiple times and still not know how to get there. So I have to have maps at all times, easily accessible if I'm going to be driving. Then next to that, we have Photos. I'm a content creator, so pretty much all of my short form pieces of content are filmed on my phone. I have done some on my DJI, but I think it's just a lot easier for me to just have it on my phone. So I use my photo apps a lot because I have to go in there to, edit them in the editing software that I use on my phone or put them onto Instagram, things like that. So Photos is a must. Plus I'm a mom, so I'm always taking pictures and videos of my kids doing things. Next, we have music. I wanted an easy access to music because I, listen to music in the car, but also when I'm studying or working, sometimes I told you guys I like to listen to ASMR, but I also like to listen to lo-fi music. So I wanted to have the music app right there, easily accessible. Then we have YouTube Studio. This is where I look at all the comments, reply to comments. I look at my stats, my analytics, my AdSense, things like that I need to reference very frequently to run this channel. So that was something important that I wanted right there. Notion, I have talked about Notion so many times on this channel. I use this for pretty much everything content related, tracking brand deals, doing scripts, video ideas, scheduling when the videos should go up, content or short form content for all the different platforms that I'm on. So Notion is extremely important in my workflow. And I also have like study templates that I sometimes use, and it's just easy to have that right there so that I can reference different things for all of those different aspects. And then settings, I mostly use this for Bluetooth reasons because I have a pair of Sony headphones that are very, very good, but they do sometimes, like if I have them connected to my phone and my MacBook, depending on which one I have open and where the sound's coming from, they'll swap back and forth. And sometimes I don't like that because if I'm getting help with video edits from my husband, or I am wanting to listen to something on my iPad and it's switching back and forth to different things, he's trying to listen to different things and now he hears what I'm playing on something else, it gets pretty irritating sometimes. So I like to have that there because I like to toggle between what needs to be on and what needs to be off. And then at the bottom, we have our standard necessities for apps: the phone, text messages, and my Google Mail. I don't like Apple Mail. I don't know if I'm like the only person, but I don't like the Apple version of the email situation. I really like Google Mail, and plus all of my emails are Gmail, so I can add the different accounts and just everything is in one place. So yeah, I love the Gmail app. So that is my iPhone setup. It's super simple, super minimalistic, and I feel like I work better that way when everything is super simple and everything is not just so chaotic and just things are there for no reason. This has been really working for me. So I told you guys I would share a couple of things that I did and didn't do to make this an even better experience. One of the things that I did was, if we pull down this control center, I have a shortcut to an accessibility thing here where if I click it, it turns the phone into grayscale. Now this is obviously not necessary, but I do find it's better on my eyes, especially being someone who literally has a career where I have to work in front of a computer all day long, whether I'm coding or creating content, editing, anything like that. I'm literally in front of the computer all day long. So this is just one more thing that kind of helps when it comes to having to look at my phone. So you also may have noticed that I don't have any social media apps on my home screen, no Instagram, no YouTube, no TikTok, which might sound a little bit weird because I am a content creator and I do use these apps every single day. But what I found is that I just want to use them to post the content that I need to post, share the things that I need to share, and get right back off. So I've been trying to be more mindful of doing that. I'll post my content and then kind of try to force myself right back off the app after I've made sure the captions are there and everything looks good. What I want to do is create a routine where I have a specific time of day where I get on these apps to go and respond to any comments, look at the analytics, look at the numbers, and engage with other creators that we always show support on each other's pieces of content. Those have specific times, and then once I'm done with that, I am right back off. This not only helps prevent the risk of doom scrolling and just going through mindlessly looking at content for hours on end, but it's also a tip and trick that I use to kind of help me with my anxiety, because I'm not on there comparing myself or getting anxiety from things that I don't want to see, you know, trigger related things. So I really want to get more mindful about how I utilize those apps, which is why they're not on my home screen. That's going to do it for this video. I really hope that it inspired you to go and look at the distractions in your life, figure out how you can cut back on some things, and create more time to do things that you need or want to do. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. You know that, and I will see you guys in the next one.